Today we'll make a lockdown pizza. Lockdown pizza in sense we are making a pizza without cheese. Yes, pizza without cheese, without maida, without oven, without yeast, but yet very flavorful, very tasty. You are gonna to love it. This pizza is a perfect example of making the best out of the things that we have. So please give it a try. Hey guys, I am Subankari and I welcome you all to my channel Su's Food Corner. I hope you all are doing great in your lives, and if you are new to my page, to subscribe to my channel and do not forget to tap the bell button. And thank you all for loving my channel so much and liking my videos so much. So let's bake this yummy pizza. For first step is we'll make the pizza dough. Yes, we are making a whole wheat pizza dough. For that I have taken whole wheat flour or atta around 1 cup, or it's around 150 grams. Then I have taken curd or dahi. I have taken here around 3 tablespoons. Then comes around half teaspoon of baking powder and baking soda, around 2 pinch or 1/4 teaspoon. Do not add more baking soda. This gives a very distinctive flavor. And then sugar I have taken here around 1 tablespoon and salt around 1 teaspoon. Oil I have taken any cooking oil around 1.5 tablespoon. So let's make the dough first. In a bowl I'll add the whole wheat flour, and then comes baking soda and baking powder, sugar and salt, and then goes oil. We need to mix all these ingredients nicely in this atta or whole wheat flour. Just mix for 1 to 2 minutes till you can see a crumb like texture, and then I'll add curd. Now give it a nice mix so that the curd is nicely mixed in the ingredients. Now I'll take warm water and add little by little to make a very smooth dough. Water quantity depends upon the quality of your flour. So it will take 1/4 cup water. So completely depends upon your flour. So just add little by little to make a dough of this consistency. Neither too slurry, not too hard. So just rest it for good 25 to 30 minutes. Meanwhile, we'll prepare the pizza sauce. So for sauce I have taken here some good ripe tomatoes, around 4 medium sized tomatoes, 2 red chili or green chili as you wish. Fresh, these are not the dried ones, these are fresh chilies just turned red. And garlic cloves I'll take here around 10 to 12. So we need this much ingredients, and apart from that we'll need few flavoring agents. I have taken a sugar around 1.5 teaspoon, salt around 1 teaspoon, and then I have taken oregano or mixed herbs around 1.5 teaspoon, and Kashmiri red chili powder, paprika powder around 1.5 teaspoon. If you don't have oregano or you don't have the mixed herbs at this time, you can always use basil. You can always use the Indian basil also. It gives a very nice flavor to the pizza sauce. So first we'll make a nice paste of this tomatoes, garlic and chilies, and then I have heated a pan on medium high. I'll add 1 tablespoon oil to this pan, and when the oil is good heated, I'll add the paste. And now we need to cook this tomato paste for good 1 to 2 minutes on medium flame, or till you can smell the rawness of the garlic, it disappears. And after 2 to 3 minutes add the chili powder, sugar, salt, mix it well and wait till the oil separates from the sides. It will take around 3 to 4 minutes more, and then add the oregano, and our pizza sauce is ready. Let it cool and then we'll make the white sauce. This is step 3. For white sauce we have taken here melted butter or oil around 1.5 tablespoon, and I have taken all purpose flour or maida around 2 tablespoon, and milk I have taken 1.25 cups. We are actually using white sauce for the substitution for cheese. So we are going to make a good white sauce. For that I have heated a pan on low flame, then I have added butter, and when the butter melts I'll add 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour and maida, mix it nicely, and then add 1 tablespoon more. The flame is still on low medium, and now we need to cook this nicely. Cook this nicely means we don't want to burn them. Just wait till the maida releases a nice flavor or nice smell. See, it will actually start to bubble in this way as I am showing in my video. So at this stage add milk little by little and stir continuously. Yes, you have to stir it continuously, otherwise there will be lumps. We don't want it. We want a very smooth and silky white sauce. And if by chance there are some lumps, after preparing this white sauce you can always strain them in a strainer, and the result will be a nice silky white sauce. So just stir it continuously on low medium flame, do not increase the flame. And after good 4 to 5 minutes my white sauce is looking good. It should coat the spatula in this way, see, as it's coating. So my white sauce is ready. Just add 2 to 3 pinch of salt. And the fourth step it will bake the pizza. For baking the pizza I have some veggies here. You can take any veggies of your choice. Obviously I have taken here corn, around 1 tablespoon corn, some onions, I have chopped them to small size. Some basils I have taken, as I said, if you have basil leaves you can take that, or you can take the Indian version of basil leaves or tulsi leaves. And I have taken some jalapenos here, and you can always add some tomatoes, olives, completely depends upon your choice. So meanwhile my dough has been resting good for around 30 minutes, and now it's time to check out our dough. And my dough is looking very good. I can see the dough has already risen, and I'll just confirm it. A good dough should be stretchy and nicely fermented, and yes, it looks fermented. I'll just show you, and let's see. Yes, this dough is looking good. See how beautifully the dough has risen. See how nicely it has fermented. So this should be the consistency of the dough. It should be nicely fermented. So I'll divide this dough into 2 parts. From 1 cup of flour I'll make 2 pizza of medium size. So I have divided this flour, and then I'll sprinkle some dry flour, and then coat this dough ball and start pressing the edges. Actually this dough is so nicely fermented that this can be done by hands, and if not possible you can always use a rolling pin. See how beautifully I am rolling this dough by using my fingers. And this consistency will always be the result of a nice fermentation. So see, neither too thick nor too thin, and do not forget to press the edges in this way. Just make some edges, because in many cases the white sauce melts and it looks very bad on the pizzas. So just create a nice dinge on the sides of the pizza base, and do not forget to prick the pizza base with a fork, which will help to release the extra air bubbles, and our base will not be a puffed up balloon. So this is done, and now I have taken a plate and I'll brush it. Actually we are going to bake a pizza in this. You can always use the oven, but I am showing a lockdown pizza, so I think we are going to bake a nice crispy pizza in minimum requirement. So I have brushed it in oil and I have sprinkled some flour, and now carefully transfer our pizza base to this plate. Meanwhile I have heated a pan on low medium flame for good 10 minutes now, and in that time we'll just assemblate this pizza. Then I'll add my pizza sauce. See how beautiful color has come of this pizza sauce because of the Kashmiri red chili powder, and you can always add paprika also. Spread it uniformly using a spoon, and then comes our white sauce, and you can see it has just thickened a bit. Do not worry, when we bake our pizza it will gradually become more elastic and saucy. Spread it uniformly. Do not overload the pizza with white sauce, because we are using white sauce and it will obviously spread once we bake it. Now add the veggies of your choice. I have added some bell peppers here, some onions, and then goes some corns and some jalapenos. So completely depends upon your choice, as I said. And I always add these basil leaves. I love the flavor of this basil once they are baked. And there comes some chilies, and now add some more of white sauce, a little. As I said, do not overload it with white sauce. And then sprinkle some oregano or pizza mixed herbs or pizza herbs as your per wish. And now brush the side of this pizza. This will keep the pizza moist and the sides will be nice and crusty. And sprinkle some oil on the top of it using the brush, and we are done. And now let's bake this pizza on this pan. It's nicely heated now. Carefully transfer this plate to this pan and now cover it, and for first 5 minutes cook it on bake it on medium high for first 5 minutes, and then reduce the flame to low medium and cook it for more 15 to 16 minutes. The total time would be around 20 to 25 minutes. After 25 minutes my pizza is done here, and how beautiful this pizza is looking. Carefully take out from the plate and you can see it has come out very nicely. The plate is looking clean here, and I'll show you the pizza from side. You can see how nice the crust has formed. Can someone imagine this pizza is made from whole wheat, and that too without yeast? And this is super fluffy. The crust is nice, and you can see the blisters from sides. As per the industry standards, a good pizza will be nice fermented from the dough, and you can see how nicely the sauce has melted, as I said, and this dough looks very nice, perfectly fermented, perfectly risen dough. Tasty, easy, and a lockdown pizza is completely ready to be savored. Our yummy cheeseless atta pizza without yeast and in a pan is ready. Do give it a try, you will love this recipe, and as I said, it's a lockdown pizza, so I have made it with the minimum ingredient. So I hope you have liked the video. Please give a thumbs up, do subscribe to my page, and do not forget to tap the bell button. See you in next video. Till then, stay safe, love life, and happy fooding.